Hey everyone, Gavin here with Fanboy TV, and I am actually pretty happy to be standing next to Aaron Allston today. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
We're doing pretty good. So you do a lot of writing, and these are things like I would read. Like I see some time traveler stuff. Do you write a lot of time travel?
I haven't written a lot. I wrote 2 novels in the Terminator 3 series for the movie tie-in books, and then 3 stories for various time travel anthologies. So it's kind of a recent thing for me to do a lot of time travel stories.
Do you regret doing the Terminator 3 story since that movie wasn't really good?
I knew that going in that it wasn't an issue necessarily of the movie being good or bad, but I knew that revisionist history in the series was going to mean that it was it was going to be obsolete at almost the instant it was published. I knew that going in. I just wanted to write good stories, so I don't regret it at all.
So what do you think about them wanting to reboot Terminator? Is that something you think they should do?
Well, in a sense, every time they do a new Terminator movie or series, they reboot it. So I don't see it as a problem. I mean, it's a milieu where everything you do going back in the past will change the future. So you got to think about it in terms of constant rebooting. If they're going to have fun with it, if they're going to write good stories, if they're going to have good acting and special effects, they should do it.
So you do a lot of short stories, but I noticed one of my favorite things in the world is Star Wars. You wrote a full-length Star Wars novel.
I've written 13.
13 full-length Star Wars novels?
That's right.
I take it you're a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I would say I saw it in the theater when I was 16, and I've been an admirer ever since.
So how much fun is it to write a Star Wars book?
It is a lot of fun. I mean, it's a big challenge because the expanded universe is so big and so complicated and contributed to by so many people. But the challenge is part of the fun, and being able to play in such a big and famous sandbox is really nice. It's also kind of intimidating because you're trying to meet fan expectations. So that can work on you a little bit psychologically, make you a little uncertain, but it's a challenge, you know?
That has to definitely be something. So now that you've written so many of those, what do you think about Disney saying, okay, well, the expanded universe doesn't really exist anymore?
Well, from the instant I heard that it was being bought by Disney, I thought this was a likelihood, because the people who make the movies do not want to be governed by a fan base that's 1,000 times as smaller than their movie fan base. So I knew it was likely to happen, and there's a little bit of sadness there. But on the other hand, if they sweep the expanded universe aside, that opens up whole new vistas for new expansion. So it's going to be opportunities for new fiction and new comic books and new series. So it's some good, some bad. It's going to be melancholy and bittersweet, you know.
So what was your favorite Star Wars book you wrote?
It was called Starfighters of Adumar. It was the 9th book in the X-Wing series, and it was kind of an Alexandre Dumas Three Musketeers style romp on a foreign world. It did not have any Jedi activity. It was all pilots being smartasses, and it was just a heck of a lot of fun to write.
I'm kind of new to the whole expanded universe because I always read the ones that took place during the movies, like Shadows of the Empire, which I absolutely love. And my brother is a huge expanded universe fan, and he said you have to read the Thrawn trilogy. Yes. What do you think about that one?
Well, Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy is kind of the basis on which the expanded universe fiction is founded. It's absolutely everybody should read it. And the thing about Timothy's work is that he brought the confidence of a real science fiction writer to the expanded universe. He expanded the universe in various directions. He introduced new concepts. He introduced new characters. And he basically set a trail for other people to follow, and that was really, really nice. So yes, definitely everybody should read that, and after that they should read mine.
That's yeah, read yours. So you're saying that there's going to be a whole new set of adventures with the new movies coming out. Do you plan on writing something for that?
Well, I can't plan on it. I kind of have to be asked. That's one thing about working in licensed universes. But I certainly hope that I will be asked because I would love to contribute.
And I hear you have a Kickstarter coming up.
Yeah, several years ago I wrote a novel called Doc She, which was in the kind of an homage to the Doc Savage, the Shadow, the old hero pulps, but set in a world of Celtic mythology. And I did that in a sequel, and then I kind of let them slip by the wayside as I concentrated on other stuff, and I've regretted it ever since because I really wanted that series to go. And now, nearly 20 years later, I'm going to I've totally rewritten the book. I'm going to relaunch it with a new cover, with new short fiction being added to it under the covers, and I'll be doing a Kickstarter to fund the first one starting next month sometime. So I'm really, really happy to see it starting up again because it was my favorite original series to write.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing more of you next month as Kickstarter starts because you're quite prolific at what you do. So thanks for being interviewed, and I'm just so excited. I read someone who wrote Star Wars books and loved it.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad to talk to you.
Last question.
Yeah, fire away.
How did they mess up so bad with Death Troopers? How do you mess up Star Wars and zombies?
You know, I think that not everything that is fun needs to be together. And there are things that are a lot of fun, like zombies, don't need to be in the Star Wars universe. I mean, Star Wars is bright and energetic and snarky and this and that and the other, but it doesn't necessarily lend itself all that well to horror and to dismay and to despair. And so I just don't think Death Troopers were naturally a good fit.
I 100% agree.